Hey everyone, I'm Grandmaster Ben Feingold. This is 5 Minutes with Ben, and I'm Ben. We're going to look at a game that was played in 2002, 23 years ago, between Magnus Carlsen, who was a small child, and Jaakko Oksa, who's also a small child, because this was played in the Nordic School Under 14 Championship in Finland. And Jaakko's name is Jaakko. That's his first name. That's pretty Finnish. God damn. Man, if you want to be Finnish, change your name to Jaakko Oksa. Then you got it. Okay, so Carlsen's FIDE rating was 2127. So I assume, I guess he was about 10 would be my guess. His opponent doesn't have a FIDE rating. And I'm showing this game for three reasons. I like to show games where the best players in the world were little kids. I like doing that. White played B3 on the first move, which I also like. And the game ended on a very funny note. So we'll go through the game and okay, so basically nothing happened forever. They played normal, sort of boring chess. Not very exciting. A3 stops knight B4. Okay. And nothing happened. They traded some pieces. Okay, black played bishop E4. That's interesting. The Magnus played knight E5 and they traded some more pieces. Queen C7. Now, I think typically White would play F4 here, but Magnus played for tricks. Those tricks worked because tricks are for kids. So yeah, go Magnus. Magnus played Queen E3, which indirectly defends the E5 pawn, or so he thought. And then Jaakko Oksa, he decided to take the pawn anyway. So, I don't know, I think maybe white is very slightly better here. Not sure what the engine says. Well, let's go look at the engine. I got time. What are you guys doing? You're just sitting around watching a video. I would say like 0.2 for white if I was guessing. No, it says it's all zeros. It says bishop takes d3 and rook f c8 are all zeros. Okay, so I thought white was slightly better, but Magnus has nothing. But his opponent played bishop takes e5. Frankly, terrible. Okay, now we're going to play a game. Ready, set, terrible. Okay, game's over. You lose. So what did Magnus do here to win the game? Pause the video and try to find the winning continuation for white. Magnus setting up his e5 pawn as a poison pawn, but his opponent took it anyway. Man, if I was playing Magnus, I'd be like, I can't take that pawn. He's Magnus. Although he was probably 10 years old, so then I probably wouldn't care. Okay, so hopefully you solved the puzzle he took. Now, if you remember the beginning of the video, I said there's three reasons I made this video. I like looking at world champions games when they were little kids. I like that he played b3 on move 1, and it had a funny ending. If you remember the funny ending, then you can guess what white did in this position. Magnus never played f3, and the bishop is pinned, so black loses a bishop. Now, I wouldn't resign here. I would play f5, then, I would take back and have a nice pawn chain, 2 pawns for a piece. But Magnus's opponent, I guess, was upset and he resigned. I guess if it was like two grandmasters, black could resign. But since both players are under 2200, I wouldn't. I mean, if I was playing somebody under 2200, I wouldn't consider resigning. I wouldn't even expect to lose. Anyway, that's a game Magnus won when he was a little kid. And the part that you can't see, which is quite amusing, if you're in chess base, which is where I always am when I'm doing 5 minutes with Ben, occasionally they have pictures of the players. And sometimes the pictures are recent pictures, and sometimes they're not. Anyway, this is a picture of Magnus, like when he was 10. So it's a funny picture. It doesn't, you can't tell it's Magnus, except I know that it's Magnus. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Maybe Magnus is watching this video and it's bringing him down memory lane and he's shedding a tear, except for one thing. I'm Grandmaster Ben Feingold. This has been 5 Minutes with Ben. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.